Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mwelwa, also known as the plantlady.zm on Instagram. This is my first YouTube video and it's a little intimidating. So if you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button down below, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, follow me on Instagram as well. I'll leave the link to my page in the description box below. But anyway, about this video is dedicated to my journey as a plant mom, which has lasted officially a little over a year now. Looking back, I just wanted to make a video to celebrate the journey and also share some of the ups and more especially the downs during this journey. I think recently I had slowed down on my posting on Instagram. So this video is about all the plants I have killed in the last 12 plus months as an official plant mom, and I say official for reasons that I will talk about as we go on in the video. But yes, okay, so a little bit of background on my plant mom journey. My mother, my real biological mother, she has always had plants, and not indoor plants per se. We did have some plants when I was growing up inside the house, but it wasn't a big thing, and she wasn't big on indoor plants, but she had lots of plants outside. My earliest memories as a kid always involve some sort of pots with plants outside, and watering, my mom watering and taking care of her plants outside. So my mom was the first plant mom. She was the one who introduced me to plants. So fast forward, growing up still, I never really had a keen interest in plants. They were just sort of there outside, but it wasn't like a passion of mine to nurture the plants and to take care of them and like make them a thing for me, until when the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit early of last year, I sort of found myself working from home, but plants I sort of gravitated toward plants, and specifically avocados, because at my mom's house, my mom and my dad's house, we have a huge avocado tree and it is very fruitful. So sorry, my philodendron is poking me. It's very fruitful, and we had so many avocado fruits, and so we had so many avocado seeds as a result. And they're fairly easy to grow. I don't know if I had ever tried growing an avocado tree pre-COVID. I can't remember, but most likely not. I had seen my mom do it and her friends do it as well, so I knew it was fairly easy. And yeah, that's how it started. I got 3 or 4 seeds, I can't even remember now. And I plopped them in jars, put water, and they started growing. And just seeing that process from a seed to from a seed, like a whole, just a block, a seed that's not doing anything that you can see, to a seed with roots, to a seed with a sprout. That whole germination process sort of like intrigued me and made me excited about growing things. And my first growing session involved the avocados, yes, and also a peach seed that I had brought in to the country, because I had left for a bit, and at breakfast we had fruit and lots of peaches, the most delicious peaches, and I knew I couldn't just eat those peaches and forget about them. I would remember them my whole life. So I collected the seeds. I brought back home 3 seeds, and 1 germinated really successfully actually, and it's been planted at our at our family home. Moving on to indoor plants, like different kinds of plants. So yes, I developed a love for plants and seeing them grow. And shortly after I did my avocados, we took a trip to Livingston. So yeah, I remember taking a trip to Livingston and buying plants because I was just so excited. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to take care of different kinds of plants, and that made me more interested in all the plants that my mom had in the yard, growing in the yard, because we don't have any growing inside our family home, but we have many outside. So I took, you know, strolls in the garden and around the yard to just ID the plants that my mom had, and she has really cool plants, and most of the plants I actually have now are because I propagated her plants. I bought so many plants. I was just so amazed by all the lush plants that are in Livingston, and I brought a bunch home with me, and then I decided to, you know, grow my collection. So my collection of indoor plants actually started, one, with the propagations I made of my mom's plants, and two, with this haul of plants that I brought in from Livingston. So yeah, that's pretty much where the love started. And yeah, just collecting these plants, learning about them on Instagram, on YouTube, reading articles about them, IDing them, finding out their amazing names, and, you know, all the little quirks about the plants, specifically calatheas. That just, like, just talking about it makes me so happy. And yeah, like, it just sparked this love of plants inside my heart, and from there, this is me now. So that's pretty much a brief background on the plants. And if I look down, I'm looking at my phone, just looking at the posts that I made throughout this whole 1 year period of the plants that I've acquired. And also, the plants that I've posted on Instagram aren't an exhaustive list of all the plants I own. I think one of the people I met on Instagram asked me how many plants I have, and I did a count. I think I have over 150 plants now, so that's a lot of plants. So yeah, I do have quite a big collection of plants, and we will have more exciting videos on all the plants that I own, the care, and all that good stuff. Fast forward to early of this year, which is 2021, some of my plants started dying, and that was a little hard on me and on my heart, because, like I said, I fell in love with looking at the growth and, you know, life of these plants, seeing them push out a new leaf, seeing them grow in size. So you can guess that seeing the opposite of that made me really sad, and that started making me feel bad. I've always been alive to the fact that plants do die, so I wasn't like shocked, or it wasn't unexpected, but it still hurt. And so seeing these plants die really hurt my spirit and sort of demoralized me, and even just made me feel a little sad, start questioning my journey, and just unmotivated. So some of my plants died, and I really did go through a period of time where I neglected even the living plants, which made them die too. So it was like a downward spiral, and I quickly realized that I had to do something about it. So recently my love of plants has reignited, and I am more excited to take care of plants now than I even was before. But this video is about all the plants I killed during this last year and some weeks. So let's just jump right into the list of plants which I made. It's on my phone, so I might be looking down occasionally, just because I needed to make sure that I had all the plants. And also some of them I did take pictures of. If I do find pictures, I will insert them in this video so that you can see the before and the after when they were dead. But if I don't have any pictures, I'm sorry, I will try to find a picture on the internet that I can insert, just so that you have an idea of the kind of plant that I'm talking about. I will also say why I think I killed it, or why I think it died, and if I will be buying it again, and the changes that I will be making if I do. So the first plant that died that really hurt my heart was actually a Hoya. So it was doing really well to start, and I did take pictures of it, and I even tried to propagate it one time. Propagation didn't work, but yeah, that Hoya kerrii just died. The sweetheart Hoya kerrii died, and it died because I was reading so many like articles and watching so many videos, and a lot of the theme that I heard was don't water, or at least that's what it sounded like to me. So I neglected it for very long periods of time without watering, which caused it to like enter a state of critical dryness, and then I'd water it, and then the roots would be like, ma'am, we're dead, we cannot absorb the water, which ended up in resulting in root rot, and then it died. I'll talk about root rot again in another video. By the way, I'm not a plant expert. All the information I have on plants I've gotten by reading or listening or watching, or because there are plant podcasts which I subscribe to, like a psychopath. No, not like a psychopath, like a good plant mom. Do your research, guys. I killed it because it had root rot pretty much. So it died of root rot, and that just goes to show that, you know, do your research, but also think about your own situation, and also the plant. You can't buy a plant that was used to you know, regular watering and a certain kind of soil, and then watch a video and thrive in that environment, and then watch a video on YouTube which recommends a completely different environment to that and says they thrive better there, and then just switch it up for the plant. The plant will be like, ma'am. So yeah, that's what happened to my kerrii. I killed it, and that just hurt my heart because it was my favorite plant for a very, very long time. I don't have any favorites. They're all my favorites, okay? I don't have any favorites. I don't know if I took any pictures of it dead. So if I did, I will insert that in the video, but yeah, it died, and I started to see wrinkles on the leaves, and I knew something was happening. So I took it out of the pot, checked the roots, they were rotting, tried to fix that, but it was too late. I tried to propagate the leaves, and I did have some success, but I wasn't keeping a close eye, so they rotted also, which was just hurtful. It hurt my feelings. So yeah, then the plant just died, and then I started feeling terrible. It's really like losing something so close and very near and dear to your heart. So that wasn't easy. And yeah, so I lost her that way. But I will be getting a new one, and where I got the sweetheart Hoya from was Havila Gardens here in Lusaka, but there is also a lady that I know, her name is Stephanie, and she sells Hoyas. I will include her information down below. If you're interested, hit her up. She will probably have a Hoya for you. So yeah, and that was my first Hoya. So Hoyas were very new to me, and once you get into Hoyas now, it's like a drug. You can't stop. But anyway, yeah, that's how I killed my first plant, and that's how I just, this whole, you know, change of heart toward plants, and you know, the depression over the loss of a plant began. Another plant that I killed was a Peperomia rosso. I will insert a picture of the plant as per the seller of the plant, and yeah, that died. And I think it died because they actually don't like being in direct sun, and I put it in a really sunny spot, so it was just so fatigued and didn't know what to do with all the light, and I was also over watering. It just didn't like it. It didn't even last me like a month, and it was dead. That was the quickest plant to die of all the plants I will mention. attention. So yes, I will get it. It's not a wish list plant of mine, but if I do find it at an affordable price, I will be buying the plant again, and I think I will take better care of it and put it in much more favorable conditions. The next plant that I killed was a string of hearts plant, and this is not in order of killing, by the way, because I didn't document that, the days that they died. Who does that? Do any of you guys do that? Please tell me. I got it from actually a friend I met on Instagram. She's such a cool plant person. All plant people are such cool people. But yeah, I met her on Instagram and we have switched cuttings, and I went to her home. She gave me so many cuttings, including this string of hearts cutting, and I was just so excited because one, I didn't even know we had string of hearts in Zambia. I thought it was one of those plants that you watch on YouTube but will never own because nobody has it. So she gave me a piece of that and I was just so excited. I didn't know what to do. I repotted it the moment I got home. I tried upping the humidity because apparently they love humidity. Again, the thing I told you about reading and researching about plants and then trying to switch up your plant's environment, like shocking the plant that way, didn't work. Put it in a bag, it steamed to death. That's what happened to that string of hearts. Yeah, so that was the third plant that I've killed. The next one is a Caladium White Christmas. Guys, I made a post about this plant on my Instagram, and I will insert the picture here. Beautiful plant. It died and I don't know why. I think it wasn't getting as much humidity as it would have liked, and also I was really excited about this plant. I moved it all around my house. Probably not a very good idea. And I was also, I'm a chronic underwaterer, but I'm still hopeful that she will sprout. I didn't uproot, I didn't play with the pot when the leaves all sort of just fell back and died. So I'm still regularly watering, obviously not as often because there's no transpiration happening, there's no leaves. But I'm hopeful that there's something happening in the soil and I will see sprouts soon. The next one was a Monstera leaf propagation that I had done, and I posted a video on YouTube actually about that propagation. Yeah, that leaf cutting did not make it, and it just didn't make it because it was in water for the longest time and nothing happened. No roots, it didn't even die. It was just a green leaf for the longest time, and then the tips started to brown and it just started looking unhappy. So I tossed that leaf. I did not need that negativity. I have already talked about all the bad things that, you know, all the deaths I was surrounded by. I did not need that leaf to give me any sort of stress. So I said bye-bye to that propagation. I did make that Monstera leaf cutting together with a Philodendron lace run cutting. She's also dead, but I have hope for her. Her leaf like died back and she had another like leaf coming out, which dumb me cut off by mistake. And yeah, so there's nothing, there's like a stub in the soil, but I'm hopeful and we'll see what happens with her. The next one is my fiddle leaf fig. I have spoken so much about fiddle leaf figs, and to learn more about my take on them, please read the caption on my fiddle leaf fig Instagram post. Again, follow me on Instagram. But yeah, she's on life support. She has one leaf. I did propagate her as well, and the propagation also took really well. She has roots after a long time. I will post a picture of her before I put her up in soil, and she's currently in soil, so I hope that she likes that and something happens. But if it doesn't, my Philodendron mames, and one of my most recent posts was about them. Guys, they had spider mites. If you don't know what spider mites are, there are many videos on YouTube about them. My ficus propagations, man, I had made so many ficus propagations. They were doing so well. I took them outside, and then this whole episode of killing things happened and they died because I neglected them. all of them, none of them survived. But I do have a method on propagating them, which is quite successful, and if you do take care of them, they should be able to root and give you good plants. Yeah, the only thing about propagating those is that it takes a while. You will be waiting a long time, but it does work, and my propagations was successful, so I'm hopeful for those. But yeah, I killed those. My alocasia pink dragon, which I made a post about again on Instagram, it's dead. It just died. It died. I don't even know what pot it was in anymore, because it died. A lot of my plants died during this period, and it just got a little. I don't label my plants, so if there's no leaf and it's just soil, I can't tell you what was in the pot, and that's what happened with this pink dragon. But anyway, yeah, this might not be an exhaustive list of all the plants that I have killed. Let me just quickly scroll through my Instagram to see my lemon bush caladium also is one. Another one, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. Another Hoya died. This was my Hoya carnosa compacta, and she died due to root rot. Same thing as the Kerrii, long periods of dryness and then sudden water, and then the roots rotted. So I will be getting a new one, because this is a wish list plant of mine, and she is quite stunning, isn't she? She's quite structural and like just beautiful looking. So yeah, I will be getting another Hoya from Stephanie, and if she doesn't mind, I will include her contact information here. So yeah, that is pretty much all the plants that I have killed, and this video was more so for me, to be honest, with my followers, and you know, help you guys know that it's okay. It happens to kill plants, maybe because you didn't know any better, and as a new plant parent, you will be experimenting, and with any experiments, you know, you go through a learning curve, so you will make some mistakes and plants might die. But you know what, you can feel bad about it, that's okay too, but you can buy a new plant. I'm pretty sure my next plant babies of these, you know, varieties that I had killed will be much better taken care of. I am wiser for it. I have done even more research, and I have learned many lessons from the plants that I killed. So if you've killed a plant, it's okay. You can feel bad about it, that's fine too, but don't let it keep you down. Just buy a new plant. Anyway, this marks the end of the video. If you did like this video, it is quite a long video, which I didn't mean for it to be. If you like this video, please like it. Just share the link to my video with all your friends, and until next time, stay well, stay safe,